Hello and welcome to Paula B Energy. Glad you're here. Hey Scorpio, it's time for your monthly reading. Welcome to the March reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be for everybody. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Not everything applies to everybody, and that's how it works. All right, so welcome. Hey, I've changed things up just a little bit, trying to add a little bit more depth to the reading. So I've added some more cards. We still have our 5 categories, which are the recent past, the present, your challenges, your blessings, and messages from Spirit. I have also added a couple of little oracle cards and some more tarot cards so we get more detail in the reading. Your very first oracle card is self-care. Drowning doesn't always require water. So if you feel like you've been drowning a little bit and just probably drowning in all the things that are going on and having too much to do, it's time for some self-care, Scorpio. That's your message today. All right, so while I'm talking here, I'm going to pull the rest of our tarot cards for the reading. But your very first card is, oh, and I got a twofer. Yay, I love it when that happens. All right, your very first card in your recent past. Now, this can be within the last 6 weeks or so, clear up to the present time. You have the amazing and beautiful Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, well, frankly, even though this isn't a water sign card, this is you. Scorpio always seems to know exactly what it is that they want. They're really good at that. Oh my goodness. I have several triple Scorpio friends, and yeah, they're good at knowing exactly what they want and going after it. That's what the Queen of Wands does. She knows her desires and she knows how to fulfill them, and she goes after them. That's what Wands is about. It is the suit of fire, right? Of passion and desire and what's the word I want? Enthusiasm. It's also about action, so taking action. So in the recent past, you may have really felt fired up about something, and in particular, something that you want, and you're moving towards it. And you may have had a lot of choices on that. The 7 of Cups is about choices. And sometimes it's about having too many choices, right? An abundance of choices, so much so that it's a little confusing as to which one should I choose. Sometimes this card is also called the card of illusion. So it could be that some of the choices that you see before you might be illusory and not going to get you to your goal. So you're going to have to be really careful about that. I also was going to say, in this picture, in this depiction of the 7 of Cups, what we actually see is a couple, and they're trying to decide which way they're going to go. And one of them has a map, and the other one is pointing in the direction that they want to go. So it could be that you are having a little bit of a struggle with deciding the right way to go after what you want. All right. And then your third recent past card is the Justice card. So it's very possible that some of you may be in legal something with the justice system, legal battles of some kind. But the Justice card is a little bit bigger than that. It actually is talking about things like personal responsibility and actually being able to receive justice, balance the karmic scales, and so forth. So this is going to be an underlying theme for you in the recent past up to now. Very interesting. Okay, we'll see how that all connects together as well. Oh, there's one. Now we're moving into your present energy, Scorpio. And your present energy is the Chariot, moving swiftly forward, right? Victory. This can be a card of victory. It is also a card of knowing your goal and then figuring out the steps to get to it. This card depicts someone who is actually, she doesn't even have a hold of any kind of reins, and that's usually the case in the Chariot card. Usually someone is not actually driving the horses, or in this case, the unicorns, but it's usually a case of they're directing them with their mind. So they have in their mind a very clear picture of where they want to go. This is the goal. This is how we're going to get there. For those of you who've ever ridden horses or driven a team of animals of any kind, you got to be in charge, or else they're just going to go back to wherever they get some food. That's always what happens. So you've got to be in charge, Scorpio. You've got to know where you're going, and you got to know how to get there. All right, one of the ways that you're going to get there, look at this, Ace of Cups. This is an offer of love. This is a new love. So for those of you who are looking for love, this might be a good month for that. You're getting a lot of watery cards, which is great. I love to see you showing up in your own reading. The Ace of Cups is often signifies a new love. So it could be a person in the case of those of you that are looking for love. Could be a new friend. Could be that you've just found a new job you really love. So when we speak about a new love, it's not necessarily a person. Could be a thing. Maybe you found a really wonderful hobby and you're just really excited about it. That's what's going on in your present. And then your third one is Eight of Cups. So now Eight of Cups is an interesting card. I've always liked Eight of Cups because what it shows is all these cups. So if you see all these cups that are behind this mermaid, and yet the mermaid is taking that eighth cup and still seeking. The Eight of Cups is a card of seeking further emotional fulfillment. All those cups that you see there behind represent all of the good experiences that the mermaid has had. So you've had a lot of things happen to you, Scorpio, in your life. We all have. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them indifferent. And that now you're at a point where, hey, been there, done that. What's next? All right, you're looking. You're going to find it. Your challenges this month. Let's see what those are. Oh. Well, your challenge just fell on the floor. Let me see if I can get it. Because it did show itself to me, and I don't want to skip on this. I apologize, because once it goes down there, it's really hard to get. All right. So, and it's a wonderful card too. All right, but before that, let's show you the other card that was out. The Tower. Yep, you're going to have a Tower moment. Now, this most likely will be an epiphany of some sort. Look at that lightning striking. I mean, the Tower card always looks terribly frightening, right? But in reality, it's the aha moment. 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. For some of you, there might be, some things happening that might feel terrible at the time. The interesting thing about the Tower card is that it's always a transformation of some kind, and it's unexpected. It's like a bolt from the blue. That's why lightning is shown on the card frequently. And it shows us that, we could never have imagined that this would happen, whatever the thing is. And it might be an external event happening, or it might be something internal. Maybe you just come to a realization, oh, wow, I never thought of it that way. This changes everything. This is what happens in what we call a Tower moment. So don't be afraid of the Tower card. I embrace the Tower card because I know, when the lightning strikes, baby, that is when it gets good. So you will have a Tower moment coming for you in March. Be looking for it, because right after the Tower moment, this is the card that fell on the floor. Right after the Tower moment, look, it's the Four of Wands. This is the blessing card. This is 1111 for those of you who know about angel numbers. 1111 is always that spirit is with you. You are on the right track. You are where you are supposed to be. Every time I see 1111, that's what they say to me. You are right where you are supposed to be. You are divinely blessed. And that's what we see. Also, this is Four of Wands. So it's about fire and drive, which we talked about with the Queen of Wands. So you're on the right track, Scorpio, with what you want. You know what you want. You just have to be brave and take the steps and be rock solid in your being that you are where you're supposed to be. With the the number 4 is a solid number. It has to do with stability and security, with building a foundation. So you're in the stage where you figured out what you want. You're driving your chariot towards it. Now you have to really lay the foundation. How do I make this thing strong and secure so that it will stand the test of time? So, blessing is coming. You've just got to remember that the blessing is coming when you're in the middle of the lightning bolt. All right, then your third challenge card is the Nine of Swords. Now, typically the Nine of Swords will show someone who is sitting up in bed. They've been awoken in the middle of the night because they have so many anxious thoughts that they can't even sleep. It's bothering them. This card is a little bit of a different depiction because it shows a soldier who is looking upwards. Now, this is a winged soldier, and they're looking upwards, and they're looking at, is this my battle? Am I supposed to fight in that particular battle, or is that somebody else's responsibility? Kind of a different take on the Nine of Swords, and I really like that. So, your challenge this month, your third challenge is going to be staying out of anxiety and worry. If you can't do anything about the thing that you're worrying about right now, then now is not the time to worry about it. Plain and simple, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to expend all that energy with no result. Is that what you need to do? Is that the battle that you need to fight? Probably not a really smart use of your energy, I'm going to say. All right, now you've got a blessings row. Let's see what your blessings are. Your first blessing is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant typically looks like a pope, but in this particular depiction, because this is a fantasy deck, this is Shadowscapes Tarot, one of my favorite decks, because I love fantasy. I love sci-fi too. What we see here is actually a tree person who is teaching a little salamander. So the Hierophant not only is about our formal rituals for completing things like marriage. We have rituals for graduation, any of those, life's milestone types things. But the Hierophant is also a card that speaks about education. It speaks about gaining knowledge. And that's what we see in this card. So you are going to have the blessing this month, Scorpio, of being able to gain some more knowledge. Perhaps some of you are going back to school. That could be a very big possibility. And it could be some of you are graduating because we're coming up on that season. You're going to have the opportunity to gain knowledge. And I personally hear from Spirit that it's going to be self-knowledge. You're going to learn more about yourself than you've ever learned before. That's probably what the Tower is going to be all about. We are in an astrological time when things like that are becoming apparent. That's a wonderful blessing. More knowledge, knowledge is power, right? All right, your second blessing card is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords often shows someone who has these two swords typically crossed in front of them, and usually they are blindfolded. Here we can see that the hood seems to be pulled down over the person's eyes. And the general meaning of this card, swords is all about our mental processes, about truth, about seeing the truth, and it's often about being unwilling to see the truth because the person is typically blindfolded. So as a blessing card, this is the card where you do see the truth. You're able to discern it. You use your powers of logic and look at the facts, and you're able to see the truth of the situation clearly so that you can take action. All right, and then your final blessing card is the Strength card. Now, this is the card not of physical strength. This is the card of inner strength. This is the card of compassion. This is the card of self-love, and it's also the card of taming our inner beast, right? The girl is representative of ourselves, and the lion is representative of that our inner animal nature, right? The one that says, oh, just be out for yourself instead of for others. She tames that, and she does that through compassion and inner strength, not actual physical strength. She's not strong enough to overcome the lion with sheer physical strength. That would be ridiculous. So you've got a lot of blessings coming towards you this month, Scorpio. And let's see, Spirit's message to you. Page of Cups. All right, you're going to have a message of love. That's literally what this is about. Pages are always messengers. Cups are about our emotions. So you are going to have a message coming to you. More than likely, that's going to also have to do with the Tower. I'm just going to say that Tower is in the middle it's not in the direct middle of your reading, but it is in the middle of the first 5 cards. And it keeps drawing my eye. Towers are always very, very powerful. So you are going to have some excitement happening for you this month, Scorpio. I'm here for it. Wouldn't it be boring if there was no excitement? All right. Your second message from Spirit is the King of Pentacles. Remember, you have resources. You are abundant. You are able to create abundance. That's what the King of Pentacles does, by the way. I mean, the King of Pentacles, look, he is a strong oak tree. He is sheltering other animals, providing shade for creatures, drawing strength from the earth. Pentacles is about our resources. It is about our not only our money and career, but it's also about our health and our relationships and our time and our energy, our talents and abilities. It's about all of those things. Anything that supports you is a resource. So you have that ability to be strong, to stay strong, go the distance. Because you are also going to be facing some choices. And personally, I think this is the Tower showing up. At the end of your reading here, what we see is the Two of Wands. Again, another card of fire, of drive, passion, and desire, and taking action. So you have a card of, I'm going to have a couple of things maybe that I'm really excited about doing, and I'm going to have to make a decision about that. Follow your passion, Scorpio. Follow your passion. Really, that's the entire reading. Follow your passion and it brings blessings. I really like that. For those of you looking for love, we do have that Ace of Cups. So for those of you who are looking for love, very likely that you're going to be meeting someone this month. And you're going to need to learn about them, and you'll be able to tell the truth about the person. And then you may have a decision to make whether you're going to stay with that person or look further afield. For those of you who are, if we talk about career and are looking for a job, it's possible that you may get a message about a job. I think that for those of you who have been kind of in this space where you can't decide which direction to go, that time is over. March is going to be your time to move forward. You've got that Chariot. You do have the Tower. So I think there's going to be some big things happening for you, for some of you in that department. If you're an entrepreneur, I think that it's really important to tap into, what are you good at? What do you love to do? What is the thing that you could do and you just lose all track of time? Tap into your passion. That's really going to be helpful for you and help you be able to move forward towards your goal. In the area of health, it is possible that you are having to seek, what I heard, especially as I looked at the Eight of Cups, I heard that you may have to look for some additional healthcare providers to help you, that perhaps the ones that you're with, you need a second opinion. Some of you, this won't apply to everybody, but for some of you, that might be the case. There's blessing here. Four of Wands is directly in the middle of this entire spread. So on all of those things, there is blessing in there, but you are going to have to, number one, figure out what your goal is. Number two, be willing to look at the truth. And number three, be willing to take action on it. That's going to be very key in all of those areas of your life. Okay, so I have a couple of things here. Sea Priestess. We, the long-lived mermaids, knew you in another life when you were a sea priestess, protecting the creatures of the ocean, a true friend to the mer beings. In return, we help you with a sacred mission this day. All right, so as a water sign, pay attention to that. I wonder what the sacred mission is. Maybe that is what you're going to find out. Now, our final thing that we need to do here is pull a Messages from the Mermaids. This is an oracle deck by Karen Kay. And I like to do a little bibliomancy, which is I have a card that pops up, and then I just pull this up and read whatever pops out at me. So your card is Be Spontaneous. Ooh, she looks like she's having a good time there. I want to do that. All right, do something that takes you out of your normal routine. Life can become a little too predictable when we become creatures of habit. It's time for positive action. This mermaid is feeling very comfortable with her life, so much so that she's forgotten to take risks and embrace the spontaneity of life. She says it's time to do something different every day. Even if it's just one simple thing, this will allow your life to flow in fresh new ways. Be bold and take action. Join a class, learn something new. Will you take up the challenge? Oh, Libra, I am here for that. That's amazing. Okay, so your keys to the month are going to be remembering that you are in the right place at the right time. Be spontaneous, know what you want, know how to get there, and go for it. It's going to be a wonderful month for you. I really like how this is. I hope that you'll leave a comment below. And of course, if you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and do all the dinging bells and things that YouTube wants you to do so you get notified to join me next month. I hope you will. Thanks. Have a wonderful month and bye.